Season's greetings, everyone. Justin with the Podcast Dojo. Today, I'm going to be bringing you yet another abandoned location. Since it is holiday shopping season, I thought what a better time than to talk about an abandoned mall. So kick back and relax as we head over to Kansas City, Missouri to talk about Metro North Mall. So Metro North Mall was a two-story mall that opened up in September of 1976 and was developed by Frank Morgan and his uncle Sherman Dreisson. Yeah, I know I didn't say that right. Forgive me. This mall had a whopping 1.3 million square foot building with 125 stores, 4 anchor stores, and 2 movie theaters. One inside the mall and one outside the mall. This was the largest mall in the area behind Oak Park Mall in Overland Park, Kansas. Not the same state, I know, but they're right next to each other. Don't feel bad, I had to look that up and make sure myself to be sure. So let's talk about the 4 anchor stores. There were JCPenney's, Montgomery Ward's, Dillard's, and the Jones store, which would become Macy's in later years. One of the coolest parts about the mall was the center stage surrounded by water that even had hot air balloons that went up and down. I have a little snippet of a video here, but I encourage you to check out their full video in the link in the description. Like most malls in the United States, Metro City Mall was the place to be in the 1980s. But things started to not look good for the mall starting in the late 90s. Montgomery Ward's closed in the late 90s due to bankruptcy. The stores on the Ward's end died as a result, including the movie theater that was inside the mall. The AMC theater outside the movie theater closed in 2002. After the Christmas shopping season in 2005, the clothing stores closed. In 2006, Jones became Macy's. The bottom floor of the Dillard's was closed in 2007 to become a clearance center, and finally relocated to Zona Rosa in 2008. Zona Rosa was a mall built in 2004 in Kansas City. It was a 500,000 square foot multi-use space that used retail, office, and residential space. The building of Zona Rosa was inspired by Zona Rosa in Mexico City. Zona Rosa is a neighborhood in Mexico City that is known for its shopping, nightlife, gay community, and recently established Korean community. I know this video isn't about Mexico, but I thought that last little tidbit was just so cool I had to put it in there. I would never have thought Mexico had a Korean community of all things. But anyway, back to Metro North Mall. There were plans to redevelop the mall in 2007, but this plan fell through after the owner, Sherman Dreisson, died. In 2010, new plans to redevelop the mall, which at this point the mall had a 17% occupancy rate. But these plans never happened either. In 2013, there were plans to just raise the mall completely and turn it into a one-story mall with only 2 anchor stores. And yet again, this never happened. In April of 2014, the mall announced that they would be closing on April 15th, 2014. Tax day, go figure. Only 3 stores remained, GNC, the Wig Shop, and Macy's. Really, that's just kind of abysmal when you consider the mall originally had 125 stores and went down to only 3. In 2015, they announced they wanted to turn the mall into a multi-use building similar to Zona Rosa. And like the other plans, this never happened. Last I heard, in 2016 they were talking about possibly making it a Trader Joe's. But until then, the mall still sits abandoned. The interesting thing is, I couldn't find an official reason why the mall closed. But I'm going to use my own deduction skills to figure out what may have been the cause. They said the downfall started when Ward's went bankrupt. Always a bad sign for a mall when an anchor store leaves or goes under, especially since one of the movie theaters went with it. One thing I have noticed when doing these dead mall videos is that the movie theaters do bring in a lot of people. More than most people think so anyway. Also, the times. I use an example at my local mall, South Park Mall in Colonial Heights, Virginia. This mall was the place to be in the early 90s. But it started to go downhill in the late 90s and early 2000s. I think this was due to internet shopping places such as Amazon and eBay. What I believe to be the final nail in the coffin was the Zona Rosa Mall. Now you're probably asking, why would Zona Rosa be a problem? I mean, it was less than half the size of Metro North Mall, being only 500,000 square feet. Well, the thing is, Zona Rosa had going for them was the office space and residential living spaces. Honestly, I don't even think I can do a what-if scenario for this one because, like I said, I couldn't find an official reason why them all failed. But before we close out, I can't really talk about this mall without mentioning Seth Lawless. Seth Lawless is a YouTuber and photographer who went to the mall. His pictures and videos even made the news. I will post a link to his mall video. Be sure to check him out as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Did you ever go to Metro North Mall? Please share stories below. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe for more, and share the video with your friends. And above all else, have a wonderful holiday season.